Hello everyone, welcome to my second vlog entitled Skills vs Capacities for Speed and Agility. For this vlog, we shall see how different athletes may have different problems related either to skills or capacities in a 20-meter acceleration sprint and an agility drill. Throughout this vlog, I will highlight any issues or limitations for each of the athletes, determine whether or not these issues are related either to lack of skill or capacity, and provide derivative exercises to improve performance. I will also provide appropriate solutions to how these issues can be improved. So let's begin with the 20-meter sprint, starting with athlete A, who's having some skill-related issues. Athlete 1, although a fitness enthusiast training 4 times a week with HIIT classes and resistance training, has rarely been exposed to sprinting. The first thing that we can notice is the lack of forward lean the athlete has when accelerating. This is mainly due to the lack of hip flexion. Research shows that a 40% lean at the start will help improve acceleration. Although our athlete does not leave from the blocks, we can see that even after the first step, her incline is already 54%, and by the third step, she is already inclined up to 59%. This contrasts greatly with existing research where Sloan and Sciatore state that in the first 3 steps, the body's center of mass has to rise gradually in a vertical direction to maximize velocity. Thus, the first and second step are very important in producing the best possible acceleration. Another problem with this athlete is the lack of knee drive. We can see here that although the athlete is pretty much inclined by the 5th step, the angle of the knee is still off from the desired right angle. Top athletes can reach a knee drive close to 90 degrees throughout the sprint. I tested the athlete for knee mobility using the hip flexibility test. However, no mobility issues were seen. Therefore, I tried to help the athlete improve her technique by splitting this drill into different parts and help her with different cues. The high knees were done to help improve the knee angle during the run. The athlete was also encouraged to do the wall running exercise to help cue her into a better acceleration posture and knee drive. Falling starts were also implemented in the training program to help the athlete improve the acceleration angle. Since the athlete was able to improve her knee drive and forward lean during these drills and cues, we can assume that although there may be some capacity issues, the main issues are related with skills, which is probably derived from the lack of experience the athlete has in sprinting. Completing these drills along with the sprints will help her improve her performance. Athlete number 2 is myself completing the 20-meter acceleration. As it can easily be seen, there are also some issues with my technique, but this time the problem is derived from a capacity angle. Unlike the first athlete, there were no problems with regard to the forward lean angle and the knee drive. However, it is quite clear that during the start, a kyphotic curve is occurring. This may indeed be due to a poor starting technique, but after doing several tests, it became apparent that some mobility problems may exist as well. For example, when performing the overhead squat and shoulder stretch, it can be seen that I am unable to straighten my arms overhead, which might indicate muscle tightness in the upper lats and shoulders. This mobility issue can be a major factor that is preventing me from maintaining a good posture. Following a mobility program targeting the lats and shoulders can help me maintain my posture during the sprints. Since tests showed that I had some mobility issues, following a mobility program will help me improve my performance. In this second part of the vlog, we will cover an agility drill and we will start again from athlete A. The athlete was required to run to the orange marker, change direction, Run to both the arrow markers on either side, return to the middle cone, and turn back and run to starting position. As the athlete is performing this test, we can immediately notice this athlete's lack of experience in this type of training. When analyzing this athlete's performance, we can see that the athlete's major issues comes during each turn, as she fails to go into a low center of gravity, has a narrow base of support, fails to push with the feet and apply force to a new direction, fails to cross over with her feet, and similar to the acceleration test, fails to show an adequate knee drive. Looking from a side view at the deceleration phase, we can see that although the athlete is correctly using heel strikes, the athlete is leaning too much back. Although a backward lean is required to decelerate, keeping the shoulders in front of the hips will make it easier to change direction. Just like the acceleration drill, splitting this drill into different parts and introducing cues such as have a wider base of support and crossover with the feet can help this athlete correct her movement. Also, introducing plyometric exercises such as lateral bounds and lateral hurdle jumps can help the athlete improve her push from the feet when turning into a new direction. In particular, during the hurdle jumps, we can see that the athlete has poor balance and coordination, which can be another reason why her push from the feet is pushing her diagonally upwards instead towards the desired direction. By splitting this agility drill into different parts and cueing appropriate technique, the athlete was able to have a better center of gravity, improve her base of support, improve the push from the feet, make a better crossover with her feet, and improve her knee drive. Athlete B is myself completing the agility test. Similar to the acceleration test, there are capacity-related issues with my performance. However, some skill-related issues are present as well. Just like the acceleration test, we can see that a kyphotic curve occurs throughout this performance. We can also see lack of knee drive, and in this instance we can see that the body fails to align and turn facing the new direction. From a side view, we can also see that during the deceleration phase, my body is leaning too far back, which also indicates that there are also a few issues with technique as well. Just like athlete A, plyometric exercises could be given to strengthen the lower muscles, improve speed and power, and also the knee drive. The mobility drills shown in the first part of this video will help in correcting my posture. Plyometric drills can help strengthen the lower muscles as well as improve speed and power. Since there are also some technique problems, splitting this drill into different parts, just like it was done for athlete A, can also help improve performance. In both tests, the difference between athlete A and athlete B is that since she had skill-related issues, athlete A was able to improve performance when given different drills and coaching cues, whilst athlete B, who had capacity-related issues, needs to undergo some mobility drills. Even though both athletes had different programs, it does not mean that they won't benefit with both types of training. For example, by strengthening the quads, athlete A will improve her ability to generate power and speed. Athlete B, on the other hand, will still need to work on his technique to improve performance. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video.